This guy's gonna be funny. We love him. Had so much fun in class with him. He's funny. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, one of our proud graduates. Here he is, Steve Kramer. Come on, big hand. Steve Kramer.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, my audience. Yes, my name is Kramer. I know what you're thinking. I like that name. People have said worse things to me. But when I think of Kramer, I think of Cosmo Kramer. And I'm blowing every minute of it, Jerry. Give it up. Give me up, baby. So, I recently got married. And my wife controls the whole house. So before I got married, I moved all my stuff in, my couch, my dresser, my bed. But my wife takes control of everything. I haven't seen it. She gives my furniture and all my stuff to her friends, her family, strangers. I don't see anything. What's hers is hers, what's mine is hers, and what's hers is certainly not mine. The only thing I have left of my name is my name. We went out for dinner the other night with a few couples. And my wife I didn't want her to say anything inappropriate, so I was giving her some signals, like in basketball, at the 22nd timeout. I didn't want her to say anything to anyone, and then she wasn't listening to me. She just wasn't shutting up, so I had to elevate to the full timeout, and she just wasn't paying attention. So at the end of the dinner, we walked out to the car, and she said, "Hey, what was the story with the signal, this and that?" And I said, "Well, that's sports related. I didn't really want you to say anything because I didn't know what you were really saying." She said, "I don't understand anything about sports. All you had to do was this." And I would have understood. And I said to her, "The next time I'm going to write on a napkin, shut the fuck up." My mother-in-law, she's a real beauty too. I bought these new glasses and I went to visit her. And I said to her, "You notice anything different about me?" Hoping that she would say, yeah, you look good in your glasses." But that's not what she said. She said, "I didn't know you had a goatee." And then with my glasses, I looked at her and I said, "I didn't know that you had a goatee." So my wife and I took my mother-in-law to the casino. So we wheel her to the slot machine. And she says to me, "Give me $100. So I reach into my pocket and I give her 20s and 10s and 5s. And she said, "Where's the ones?" "Here's the ones, lady. Here's the ones." You know what really bothers me? People chewing and eating on the phone. My mother calls me up the other day and she says to me, "Hey Steve, how you doing? How you doing? How's your brother doing?" And I said, "Ma, relax, you're gonna choke. You're gonna choke and you're gonna wheeze and you're gonna cough," and she keeps doing this. I just think it's so rude. So she said, "Ma, it sounds like you're eating too." "No, Ma, I'm just brushing my teeth." I'm a sales recruiter, a headhunter, and I place accountants. But I also place everybody else too. What really bothers me is people that are unemployed. I found this job for somebody and I called, I texted, I emailed. I couldn't get the guy on the phone. Finally, a week goes by and he calls me back and he said, "I heard you called me?" I said, "Yeah, where you been?" He says, "I've been on vacation." "Vacation? You've been unemployed for 6 months." So I said, "Well, listen, I got the perfect job for you. It has good benefits, it has good vacation, it has good hours." He said, "Listen, I really need something that, I need a lot of sleep because I got the perfect job for you." mattress firm. I found another job for a guy, and I said to him, listen, I have a really good job for you. And he said, but I gotta tell you, it's minimum wage. There's minimum wage, no benefits, no vacation. But the good news is, there's a lot of hours, and there's a lot of overtime. And he said, listen, I'm not really interested in that job, but I know somebody else that is. I go, yeah, who? Go fuck yourself. By the way, Mrs. Roper, she's in the audience today. I found this guy a temporary position, and he says to me, how long is the temporary position for? And I said, 2 weeks. And he goes, how long do I have to work on this? And he goes, until you get your commission. Thank you very much.